Joining us tonight, cybersecurity expert Morgan Wright. Morgan, great to have you with us. I've got to ask you, first of all, do you know who Mae West is?
Yes, I do, and I know what they named the life vests in World War II after was Mae
All
West.
right. Welcome. Great to see you, partner, and making me feel more secure demographically. Thanks so much. Let's start with your op-ed in The Hill, in which you focus on what the Russians and the Chinese are doing, just as the ZTE controversy is boiling over, with the president reversing course to try to deal, I guess, with a broader issue we'll see. But nonetheless, a firm that has done business with Iran and North Korea both, despite U.S. sanctions. Your thoughts, first of all, about the role of Russia and China, looking at the world's greatest economy, the largest, as the president has been reminding people, by twice the size of the next economy, namely that of China.
If you look at a lot of the technological advancements that have happened in Russia and China, they are a direct result of the theft of our intellectual property in the United States. Now, Russia does it through some traditional ways, through espionage. But China has been far more insidious about how they do this, through their Confucius Institutes, through the use of technology companies which have ties to the PLA, such as Huawei and ZTE. And, you know, I've been a part of before in technology companies of lobbying to keep these companies out of our national public safety broadband network. I mean, we're going to have Chinese equipment inside the same equipment our federal government, our first responders were going to rely on. So this has been a plot, I think, for a long time. In fact, Lou, you try and do business in China as an American company, it's nearly impossible unless you have a Chinese partner that has access to your R&D and your intellectual property, and see how many businesses are still in business in China that have gone that route. And
we're watching, again, China kicking up the prospect of another target on Qualcomm, revisiting that, even though they were initially denied. Suddenly, ZTE, there is the prospect of reversing those severe penalties, as there appropriately should have been for defying U.S. law, U.S. sanctions against known sponsors of terrorism. The optics of this are looking horrible for the Trump administration.
Look, ZTE did nobody any good when they sold this technology to Iran. And look, Iran ideologically is one of our biggest threats. They may not be as big as militarily, but they attack us through cyber attacks. Through I was part of a documentary called True Iran. You ought to see what Iran is actually up to. But North Korea, maybe North Korea will come around because of what's going on. But look, make no mistake, with the size and power that ZTE and Huawei have in the world, the Chinese are buying their way into everybody's networks. And the minute they're inside there, I'll tell you, Lou, that is, if you think the NSA is bad, wait till ZTE and Huawei are in your entire network, and you've got no place to go but China for all of your equipment.
And at the same time, the White House is trying to suggest that they're buying a lot of parts from U.S. manufacturers for their finished products, which may be at the margin absolutely true, but the reality is that finished product is precisely where the power to be a national security threat rests. It is also where the real value, hence profits, rest. Am I right?
Look, yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, Lou, for a long time the strategy has been, and look, I was at big technology companies like Cisco when Huawei was taken to court because they stole every line for line, bit for bit of the code that ran routers and switches. And I'll tell you, the philosophy and the strategy of the Chinese government is to subsidize this, to be the lowest bid, and to take over this one bit, one byte at a time until it aligns with their efforts to control the internet and cyberspace. And Lou, this also ties into the South China Sea and everything they're doing down there. They want control of all domains, sea, air, land, space, and cyberspace. And they'll stop at nothing, including billions of dollars, to get there.
In the South China Sea, we're talking about basically 40% of the world's shipping, arguably 40% of the world's shipping going through there in value, nominal dollars. The national security issues loom large here. But in the larger issue with national security is the economy itself. We have simply, as you have said, opened ourselves up to the theft of intellectual property, to to all sorts of technological secrets and developments. We estimate, estimates run as high as $600 billion a year.
Yes.
Over 3,000 front companies. I'm talking about intelligence, espionage companies owned and operated by the Chinese operating in the United States. No one wants to talk about it.
Look, and you know why? Because some of these places, and including institutions, are taking money. They're getting subsidized through these Confucius Institutes and other things. They're getting money, and they're looking the other way, and that's absolutely the wrong way to handle our national security. Look, they're not going to invade us with military. They're going to invade us with money. And they're going to buy stuff, and they're going to take. That's why 3Com was turned down. That's why Qualcomm was turned down.
Right.
That's why a lot of these companies are being turned down for bot, because even though it took 10 years for the military to kick Huawei and ZTE off their bases, 10 years ago, the congressional report came out, and look, a lot of these, time and time again, these Chinese companies have been turned down because of national security reasons. Look, pretty soon you start thinking there's something there where it keeps getting turned down this many times.
And the larger problem, of course, for the Trump administration, the Trump White House, for the president, is that he's trying to negotiate a deal to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. At the same time, preserve a relationship that he has built with President Xi, when in point of fact, there is a clear-cut national security issue.
Absolutely.
And it's one that, if we avert our eyes from, could result in utter disaster for the United States.
Look, let's be clear. These were folks selling sensitive technology and helping some of our biggest people who are killing American soldiers over in the Middle East, in Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan, the Iranians. Look, and so, I mean, to help these guys out and not take sanctions, they look the other way. Not only did they not get sanctions, Lou, some of these executives that were supposed to be sanctioned got bonuses.
Right.
So, I mean, that's sending, if you want to send a message, this is the message. Hey, they've got the economic death penalty against ZTE. I think they ought to keep that in place right there and make the Chinese come begging to us for a change to get back in business.
Yeah, the president, what disturbs me so greatly, Morgan, is this president is on the verge of success on nearly every policy front upon which he's embarked, in which he's created initiatives, solely created these initiatives. The America First doctrine,
Yes.
the putting straightforwardly the sovereignty of the nation and the well-being of American workers and families, all Americans, their prosperity, he assured in his election. This will create an extraordinary diminishment of prosperity, if not impoverishment, if we continue to play this game with the Chinese and, as you say, the Russians themselves.
Look, a real simple solution is reciprocity. If we have to buy into if you have to have a controlling interest in U.S. country and China, and you get access to their IP and research and development, guess what? Every Chinese company here ought to have the same conditions applied on that. It should be a fair exchange. You want to be fair, you want to have fair trade, then have the fair rules. But don't tie one hand behind our back, tie our feet together, throw us in the lake and say the reason you're drowned is because you can't swim. Look, we've been fighting fair for way too long. This is the chance for President Trump to stand firm, to say no to China, and make China pay a penalty for stealing $600 billion a year. They're the #1 infringer of intellectual property theft in the world. Why are we giving them a free pass?